Before I start this meeting, I have been instructed by Chief Green, if I don't want a ticket regularly in the town of Lexington, that I need to have him out of here and for tip-off by 8:30. So all of y'all up here remember that, okay? Jokingly, I told him I was going to announce that.
I love you.
I would like to welcome everyone to the Town of Lexington Council meeting. The council meeting is being held at Town Hall on Monday evening, April the 7th, 2025. This meeting is being broadcast live on the YouTube channel. I am Hazel Livingston, the mayor for the Town of Lexington, and I'd like to introduce my fellow council members. To my left is Mayor Pro Tem Ron Williams.
Good evening.
To his left is Council Member Todd Lyle.
Good evening.
To his left is Council Member Jenny Michaels.
Good evening.
To my right is Council Member Todd Carnes.
Good evening.
To his right is Council Member Gavin Smith.
Good evening.
And to his right is Council Member Will Allen.
Good evening.
Our invocation tonight will be led by Council Member Allen.
All right, if y'all want to pray with me. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this beautiful day. Thank you for this opportunity for us to serve you. Please continue to guide everybody up here with me on the decisions that we make. Thank you for vesting this opportunity for us to make decisions for this beautiful place we call home, Lord, this beautiful town of Lexington. Please guide our footsteps in everything that we do. Correct us if we've got anything wrong, Lord. We praise you, we love you, and we bless you in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
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 And now I would like to welcome veteran of the Air National Guard, Technical Sergeant Alan Reynolds. He will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance tonight, so would everyone please join us by standing and saying the pledge.
All veterans, please render the proper salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I'd like to thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate your service to our country.
Thank you for inviting the VFW to come do this. We love doing it.
Thank you. Now I'll call the meeting to order. Are there any deletions from tonight's agenda? Hearing none, I'll move on to council met in executive session prior to this meeting and discuss the following matters permitted by SC Code 30-4-70A. Discussion of town attorney applicants, discussion of engagement agreement for legal services, discussion related to the road construction contract, discussion of utility project easement acquisition, and legal advice regarding agenda items. No vote was taken. Do I hear a motion to ratify this report?
So moved.
Mayor Pro Tem makes the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Councilman Carnes seconds it. Is there any discussion on this? I was fixing to move y'all on to hearing none. Hearing none, all those in favor raise your right hands, and it is unanimous. Now we'll have our vision plan update. The town has continued to develop a master plan to improve and expand our network of greenways and trails. This is an effort to make a more walkable, connected community. Head over to the town's website or Facebook page to take our survey and share your ideas for the future of our trail system. We also are in the middle of a brand identity study, and it will be starting, I believe, this Thursday night at the Ice House Amphitheater, so I encourage all of y'all to come out, but they'll be there Thursday night's concert, and it's a big concert with Tokyo Joe, so y'all come out and give them your input on what you think about Lexington. Their main goal is to gather the voice of Lexington, and they plan to do this through public input sessions by talking to local business owners and other community stakeholders. That is just a few of our vision plan projects. For a complete list, head over to lexsc.gov. Now we'll hear a traffic report from Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. Road work has begun for sidewalk and drainage improvements on East Butler Street. Daily road closures can be expected at North Lake Drive. Local traffic may access East Butler Street from North Church Street. Road closures are expected to be limited to from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Construction continues in the Mineral Springs Road and Sunset Boulevard area as contractors work to install the right turn lane from Sunset Boulevard to Mineral Springs Road. Intermittent nighttime lane closures can be expected. Please exercise caution when traveling in that area as these guys are trying to work for us. Finally, our second Safe Streets for All public input meeting is scheduled for Thursday, May the 8th at Town Hall in the Conference Center from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30. Everyone is encouraged to attend. We encourage you to follow the town's traffic and our social media pages for traffic alerts and updates. Please call 803-358-7273 to report any traffic signal issues, unsafe roadway conditions, or a pothole that needs immediate repair.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes, ma'am.
And let me correct, it's not Tokyo Joe, it's the Root Doctors. So let me correct my concert series for this Thursday. Thank you, Gavin. Next, we will have our public hearing portion of this meeting. We ask that those that want to speak to please come to the podium, provide your name and address for the record. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes and a timer will be set. There will be no standing head count of opponents or proponents. The purpose of the public hearing is to obtain facts regarding the subject matter. Please note this is only for council information and not question and answer session. The guidelines are in place to help the public hearing run efficiently. With that, is there anyone that would like to speak regarding the public hearing for tonight, procurement policy updates for the town of Lexington?
You have one.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome to come forward. And state your name and address, and she'll set the timer for you.
My name is Tanya Kinsland. I live at 106 Haynesworth Place in Lexington. Mm-hmm. And what I wanted to discuss was the feral cat situation that we have. I've been feeding some feral cats, and I've brought the population has dropped in half. And I also rescued 15 kittens from last summer from this feral colony, and Palmetto Lifeline took them. Or there would have been 50 cats. And I'm trying to do this and get the feral population down. I'm not just feeding cats and leaving. I am spaying and neutering, vaccinating, and I do it out of my own pocket. I do it with my own money. And I just want to be able for the city council to be supportive of things like that.
Okay. This is about our procurement policy of how we buy and how we do that kind of thing. And actually, the county is the one that has the animal services.
Okay.
So we can help you get in contact with who you would need to there. If you'll leave, Laura, your number, I'll get you in contact some of the county.
I just heard if you want to speak, come up. I apologize.
But it's okay. We'll get you in contact with somebody at the county that can help you.
All right,
thank you. Hearing none that want to speak to that, we'll close the public hearing. And we'll do our first proclamation, and I'm going to ask two guys from Dominion to come up, Gus Chapman and Royce Shannon, and I do believe that this is right on target for all that we've been dealing with our cable fiber people that are hitting things. So let's go with it. Proclamation of the Mayor and Council recognizing April as National Safe Digging Month and honoring Dominion Energy for promoting safe digging practices. Whereas National Safe Digging Month, observed each April, serves as a critical reminder of the importance of contacting 811 before starting any outdoor digging project to prevent damage to underground utility lines, ensuring the safety of residents, workers, and communities. And whereas Dominion Energy South Carolina has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to public safety by educating homeowners, contractors, and landscapers on safe digging practices, the potential hazards of damaging underground utilities, and whereas third-party damage is the leading cause of disruptions to natural gas infrastructure, and Dominion Energy South Carolina continues to advocate for increased awareness and compliance with South Carolina law, which requires individuals to contact 811 at least 3 business days before digging. And whereas the dedication to community engagement, public awareness campaigns, and infrastructure protection has significantly contributed to the prevention of service outages traffic disruptions, and safety hazards. And whereas the town of Lexington commends and joins Dominion Energy's efforts to promote responsible digging practices, ensuring the well-being of our residents and continued reliability of essential utility services, now therefore be it proclaimed by the Mayor and Council for the town of Lexington, April 2025 is hereby declared Safe Digging Month and recognizes Dominion Energy South Carolina for its outstanding contributions to public safety, education, and infrastructure protection. And please put this on Facebook so everybody knows, and call the paper and tell them we support Dominion. Thank you guys both so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank y'all
Appreciate everything.
for all y'all have done for us and our endeavors with. Would y'all like to say anything?
Sure. Dominion Energy appreciates the town's emphasis on safe digging. Dominion, our highest priority is safety and the safety of our employees and safety of the public. And we also appreciate the emphasis on protecting our underground natural gas infrastructure and our underground electric. We certainly look forward to a continued fantastic relationship with the town of Lexington. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Royce.
Let me say a word too. Thank you, Mayor. We have really put forth an effort in the last 5 years to reduce these dig-in damages, and we've allocated resources, we've allocated software to point us where these high-risk areas are using risk algorithms, and we've reduced our damages by 35% in just the last 5 years. And that's remarkable in our industry. It's really hard to do, and it's these relationships that are really helping us. So thank you for what you've done, Mayor, and I know the town council has your back. Thank you.
Thank you. So now, Jack, are we going to graduate them first, or are they doing their presentation first? Okay. Next, we're thrilled to present the 2025 Youth Ambassador class who will share the impactful community project that they've been working on. We thank you for your incredible work you've done and for your deep commitment to being involved in our community. We truly appreciate y'all, and we look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. Sorry. Presentation. Perfect. All right. My name is Luke Johnson. I'm here to present the FOG case study from the Lexington Youth Ambassadors Council. Let's go ahead and get on with it.
Swipe up on the side.
It is.
It's not just you. It happens every time.
It happens over.
I think it's time for a new clicker.
I was going to say, is that the budget?
So do y'all think we have fog in the community? Is that what y'all think this is about?
I think Michael created this to see if Chief can give you some tickets.
I think we got room in next year's budget for a different clicker.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, back on to it. The FOG case study. All right, so this is the overview of the topics we're going to be covering today. What is FOG? We're going to cover our mission, strategies to combat FOG, examples, the timeline of the deployment we suggest, resources that we've used, and a reflection on the Town Youth Ambassadors Program as a whole. All right. The impact of FOG. All right. FOG stands for fat, oils, and greases that are poured down our drain. When fog is poured down the drain, they create grease plugs that reduce the flow rate of the sewers. To fix blockages, the town sewer system the town water has to dig down into the city sewer system and physically remove these blockages. This often cuts off a lane of traffic due to the use of the sewer jet truck to remove the affected area. The problem with this is mainly created by the residential areas more than commercial areas because of the education programs that already exist to prevent fog in commercial areas. Our mission is to educate the town of Lexington about fog, and we created a possible logo for the program to use. And our goal is to reach the general public and educate them about the impacts of fog. We plan to employ various strategies to reach all demographics of the town. And our future vision is to educate all the demographics of the public about the effects of fog past our tenure and to help stop fog from entering the drain. This is Anu. She's going to present some strategies.
Hello, my name is Anu, and I wanted to present the strategies just as Luke said. So we had a lot of different strategies for how to really market out fog as well as educate our town. So first, we wanted to talk about flyers. We wanted to reach a broad audience outside of doing it through technology, especially for people who prefer to have physical copies of things or aren't as involved in the digital age of today. And we were planning on delivering these to schools, the most effective neighborhoods, either through their mailboxes and as well as other public facilities. And on the flip side of this, of course, we wanted to utilize social media, as social media reaches all different types of demographics and psychographics, and we wanted to utilize the different social media outlets, so that includes Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, really anything. For instance, since Facebook targets more of the older demographic and Instagram targets more of the younger demographic and teenagers, so we really wanted to make use of all of these different social media channels to reach as many people as possible. And we wanted to make sure that we are designing posts and videos for specific engagement, especially thinking about these certain demographics. Next, we also designed some coloring and activity sheets that we'll go into a little bit later, as we wanted to target children to inform them about the effects of fog and ways to prevent fog from a young age, as we believe that making sure that we are educating our youth will help us prevent fog gradually throughout the future as they'll start to implement those strategies within their life. And we wanted to deliver these to schools, restaurants, churches, and local businesses, really anywhere where there's a lot of young families as well as a lot of children. As for community outreach, we wanted to involve the community directly by educating and bringing them together, and we thought of hosting a can or jar drive to donate, as well as hosting information sessions at local libraries for all ages, as we believe that having the opportunities for residents to become directly involved will really make sure that they're more engaged and more involved and wanting to learn more about fog and working as a community as a whole to really prevent these effects. Next, we had newspapers and magazines, and we reached out to multiple different newspapers and magazines asking if we could publish a page or article dedicated to fog awareness. And we thought that this would reach a ton of Lexington residents through another communication channel. And we will show some of our emails for that as well a little bit later. And lastly, we thought of promotional videos, as we wanted to further engage the community. And we thought of having interviews with residents about their knowledge about fog already and their awareness, as well as PSAs and short reels and more. So these are our examples for social media posts and flyers. We had a wide range of things, going from stuff that are more educational as well as stuff that just have short messages that would reinforce our mission and our goal. And we wanted to make them aesthetically pleasing, of course, as well as making sure that they have that logo on all of them so it's recognizable for the town of Lexington and the fact that we are doing this with our community. Next, we had the newspapers and flyers, and these, of course, are much more informational and educational, so they have a lot more information about fog in general, as well as the strategies that we're really marketing out. And next, I wanted to pass it off to Riley, who will show more examples of the strategies and the timeline.
So these are 2 examples of interactive sheets that we will give out to kids. The first one is a cut and glue, where they will cut out different objects such as water or oil and learn how to sort them into whether they should be dumped down the sink or thrown away in the trash. We also have a coloring sheet that says don't pour fats, oils, and grease, aka fog, down the drain, which will allow them to be educated but also have fun being able to color. Next, we have a maze where kids will be able to learn about fog and how to properly dispose of it while having fun guiding a pan of grease to a can, which is how you should properly dispose of it, which will help teachers be able to teach them while still giving them an interactive activity. We also have a word search, which has key main focus words like fat, oil, and grease that will help kids just get interacted while being able to learn about all of this. These are some emails that we had with Lexington Chronicles and Lexington Life. We did get a response from Lexington Chronicles about getting an interview in and already have some of these connections already built with them so we can get all of this information out. And then finally, we have our timeline. So in February and March of this year, we learned about this, started researching and making this project, and then today, April 7th, we are presenting it to you. We plan to have everything approved and edited if needed by June. And then in August, we want to make sure everything is created, our magazines, brochures, flyers, all the activities. And then in September, which is Environmental Awareness Month, we want to pass all of these out and make sure everything is set up. Next, I'm going to pass over to Johanna, who is going to talk about our reflections of this program.
Hello, I'm Johanna. During this year, we've had a lot of opportunities to learn and about our community and how it's run. We've gained a deeper understanding of how our local government works and how each program they all work together but also have different impacts in different areas. We've had a lot of opportunities to collaborate with each other but also our community. We've been heavily educated. I feel like I've learned a lot throughout this year. We had ways to be creative, especially with this case study. And we've learned how to come into our community with an open mind, so we're willing to gain a lot more information. Some memorable moments from our year was volunteering at the Snowball Fest. It was great to see so many kids having so much fun. We loved watching the traffic light cameras. It was very entertaining. We liked watching the police department's drones and what they do with them. We liked getting the candy from the finance department. That was a great day. Coming into a town council meeting, seeing how it's run, and discovering that Ice House Pavilion's basement and what they all have in store there. Here's some photos throughout our year, the police dog and the drones, and then the traffic cameras. And how to improve this program, though it's only the first year, I think they've done great, and I think all of us have agreed that it's been a great year. We think that starting off possibly with our impact project would have been nice to know, so we could tailor our learning to once we learn about each department, we can bring in what we learn from that information and then bring it into our case study. As well as we would love more opportunities to get out in our community. The Snowball Fest was a great way to see how such a small impact can really bring out our community. And just like that, we would love more service opportunities or more ways to get out in the community. For example, with our frog project, we could teach our community about how what fog does to the drains and how to take care of it. Here's some resources we found. And then thank you. Do you guys have any questions?
I'm impressed. Y'all have any questions?
Wow.
Can I just say that's better than some of the adult presentations we've gotten while I've been up here? That was amazing.
I'll second that.
Wow, that was impressive. Thank you so much. So y'all are leaving us. Is our staff supposed to put this out in September, or y'all all coming home from college to do it for us?
I think we're going to pass it on to the next youth ambassadors, and also Jack can help and do that too.
Okay, Jack's doing it. That's good.
There you go. Hey,
Thank you.
great job.
We appreciate what y'all doing. So now we will graduate this class. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. Well, thank you for the very informative presentation. I'm sure the town of Lexington is very informed about fog now. So I'm excited to announce the inaugural graduating class here of the Lexington Youth Ambassador Program. These high school seniors are from Lexington High School, River Bluff High School, and American Leadership Academy. They spent the past 8 months with us here at Town Hall, all the way from our Snowball Festival to going and getting candy from the finance department and everything in between there. So learning about local government, giving a presentation to council. So a little bit of everything there. So without further ado, we are going to start with the graduating class. Starting at the top, we have Riley Blakely.
You're going to come up here?
Yeah.
Can I get a photo of y'all? Alright, thank you.
We have Inu Choi. Caroline Ford. Kaylee Haig. Andrew Hancock. Malia Hodges.
I can get a hold of it a little bit more.
Luke Johnson.
Scoop actress in here? Yeah, he's tall.
Bryn Palm.
Will you hold it up a little bit more?
Ella Poles. Bella Grace Wally. Johanna Watson. and Sienna Woodley. All righty, here we go.
I'm going to ask each one of y'all to come up here and take a photo with the town council. And the town council got y'all a little something from us. And so we'd like to give y'all that too. If y'all all come back up here.
You come forward and let Andrew get behind you. You look, your head.
Really? We can barely see you.
If you can't see him, he can't see you.
Hold on.
All right, I need you to shift over.
Put it on TikTok to hide it from the old yeah. He extended that. They got a deal going through it. It changes every week.
Mr. Wonderful is going to buy it.
Y'all are welcome to stay or y'all are welcome to go, whatever y'all wish to do.
Oh, no, they got to watch the whole thing.
No, they're welcome to do whatever they wish.
Run while you can. Run while you can.
Mayor,
Yes.
I just want to say just how good of a job that our staff did. It was only about a year ago that we were discussing with you all in a work session about launching such a program. You all, it was one of your goals last year. We took your input and put it together. Laura, Jack, Lauren, and Kaylee, who is no longer with the town, they worked really hard along with our directors to make sure we got this put together. So if not for them, this wouldn't have been a success.
We appreciate that, and we appreciate the students and everybody participating too.
Absolutely. And this was David Wyman's recommendation for a group project, so thank you, David.
And it is a great project.
It's a great project, but not good having it on the same night we had Hudson's. I saw my carotid artery in that whole thing right there. Bad timing.
Fog in the arteries.
Okay, approval of minutes from work session on January 28th, 2025, February the 10th, 2025, and March 17th, 2025, and the special call council meeting minutes on February 10th, 2025. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Councilman Carnes makes the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Councilman Smith seconds it. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it is unanimous. Old business item is final reading of procurement policy update, Councilmember Lyle.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The town's purchasing ordinance dates back to 1994, several amendments thereafter over the years. Based on the significant changes in commerce since the time of its inception Town staff has now reviewed and evaluated this ordinance. In an effort to highlight transparency and better fiscal efficiency, responsibility, and accountability, town staff has proposed a new ordinance to that same effect, with input from council in January and February's work sessions. Attached is a summary of this updated ordinance with an eye towards fiscal efficiency, responsibility, and accountability. And it's attached, and Madam Mayor, I would make a motion for final reading approval of the attached ordinance to adopt an update to the purchasing ordinance.
Councilmember Lyle makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem seconds it. Is there any discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it is unanimous. Moving on to our first item of new business, it's from Councilmember Smith, update to agreements and support initiatives for police department.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the March work session, we heard from the police department, and they presented some updates to the following agreements. Those agreements are the new Department of Mental Health agreement, which is for a new part-time mental health services for children, families, and adults. We also heard about an update to the mutual aid agreement with the town of Pillion due to a new police chief. And we lastly heard about revisions to the support agreement with Lexington County Health Services and Public Safety, which was intended to improve coordination and support. We received copies of these agreements in our packet. And at this point, what I'm going to do is make 3 separate motions. So I will make, I will move for council approval of the new Department of Mental Health agreement.
Councilman Smith makes the motion. Do I hear a second one?
Second.
Councilman Carnes seconds it. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it is unanimous.
My second motion is, Madam Mayor, I move that we update the mutual aid agreement with the town of Pillion.
Councilman Smith makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Councilman Michaels seconds it. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it's unanimous. I'm sorry.
Thank you. And I have one final motion, Madam Mayor. I move that we make revisions to the support agreement with Lexington County Health Services and Public Safety.
Councilmember Smith makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Mayor Pro Tem seconds it. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it is unanimous. So now we move to the next item of new business, and it's from Councilmember Michaels, Pilgrim Point Subdivision Streetlights.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Historically, the town has paid a portion of the street light bill for Pilgrim Point residents. In accordance with the town's residential street light ordinance, the Pilgrim Point Homeowners Association has requested that the town again pay a pro rata share of their street light bill. There are 48 lots in Pilgrim Point, and the town ordinance states that the town would be responsible for 1 street light per 6 lots, which equals 8 lights. The total requested is $2,337.76. I make a motion to approve.
Councilman Michaels makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Councilman Carnes seconds it. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it is unanimous. Our third item of new business is from Councilmember Carnes, Old Mill Pond Trail Parking Lot, East Main.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. After completion of the Old Mill Trail, the town finalized an agreement with Old Mill LLC to construct public parking at the base of the dam. Town staff then worked to complete fully engineered drawings for the parking lot and solicited competitive bids. Now we have with us Dave Detweiler of LCK Project Management to present further information about this project. So did I pronounce that right, Mr. Detweiler?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
All right.
And I will keep it brief so we can get to the game. There you go. You'll see in your packet that we did receive two bids for this work. We had, I think, 5 or 6 firms that showed interest, but only 2 that gave us a bid. But in the evaluation of those bids, they were both deemed to be responsible and competitive. We brought forth today a contract with Palmetto Site Work Services in the amount of $642,488.65. And we've given you some detail here on how that would get funded. So I'm going to keep it brief and leave myself here for questions.
Does anyone have any questions? I tell you what, let's make a motion in a second before we go to questions to keep this in line. Councilman Carnes, you made the motion?
I didn't, but I will. Madam Mayor, I make a motion that for council approval of funding for the contract with Palmetto Site Work Services, LLC for $642,488.85 and the related overall project budget for the Old Mill Pond Trail East Main Street parking lot totaling $846,048.
Councilman Carnes makes the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Councilman Lyles seconds it. Now, is there any questions or any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Just for discussion purposes, I appreciate seeing that we have some third-party management, project management involved in this. I'm looking forward to seeing that play itself out.
And Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Also, would just like to point out for the viewing public, where do we come up with $750,000 to take that dirt that's now at the base of the dam and turn it into a nice parking lot for everyone for one of our most popular parks and a great walking spot in our town? I just want to let everyone know that $75,000, actually $150,000 of that is coming from our impact fees that we recently discussed. In the last 2 meetings, we talked about our impact fees, and there was also some discussion about eliminating parts of those impact fees, but the parks portion of those impact fees, $150,000 of that will be leveraged for this, and those are, again, as impact fees on new construction, new residential construction, and new commercial construction in our town. Also, just not long ago, we renewed our A-tax, and A-tax, just for clarity, is accommodations tax, and that is a tax that is placed on overnight stays in hotels in our town. And so that A-tax money on out-of-town guests who stay in our town, there'll be $450,000 of this cost leveraged from A-tax so that the people who stay downtown in our nice hotels can have a great meal at one of our downtown restaurants and go walk it off at the Old Mill Park. All right, so we're full service, but it is important for people to understand where these monies come from and why we impose these types of revenue generators as opposed to generating revenue through traditional means like property taxes. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Carnes. I think you got another $150,000 that's also coming from the parks section of the impact fees too. So you got more than just the $153,000.
Yes.
So you got $300,000. Anybody else? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it is unanimous.
Thank you.
And the last item of business is authorizing repair work for the Corley Mill 12-inch water main. Mayor Pro Tem Ron Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. A December storm compromised the creek bank along the 12 and 14-mile creek, causing a section of the 12-inch Corley Mill water line to wash away. We have temporarily isolated the section, but the repair must be completed to prevent any further failure and potential service disruptions, as well as address the high water pressure in the area. I'll make a motion to authorize all work required on this project moving forward.
Mayor Pro Tem makes the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Councilman Michael seconds it. Is there any discussion on this?
I will say, Madam Mayor, that engineering services are estimated to be $343,000. The construction costs are going to be close to $2 million. And it'll be used, CIP funds will be used for engineering and design.
Wow. Anybody else have anything? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. And it's unanimous. And Chief, I guess they listened.
Go Gators.
You know what to do now, don't you?
Go Gator.
That ends our business items for night, and now moving on to comments or questions. Public or news media, do we have anybody here that has any comments or questions? Are there any questions from the public? Staff members, is there anything? Council, is there anything? With none, I would like to take a moment and recognize a new employee hired by the town in March, and I'm sure I'm going to mess up her last name, so I'm going to say Vanessa, and you can tell us her last name, Rachel.
Vanessa Stokert.
Stokert, okay. In the administration department, welcome to the town of Lexington, and we're happy to have her join us. With that, that concludes our business for this evening. Thank you for watching the Town of Lexington Council meeting. Without objection, we are adjourned.